Good morning, curling fans. Welcome to the stream. A little bit abrupt.
We're live.
Like, here we are. I mean, the timer ended, so I thought you guys might be expecting to see us. You know.
You guys probably expected it. I was not watching the timer.
Gotta be quick. Gotta be quick. Always moving. Always moving.
Hey, we have
and there's our tournament director, Gary. So, WCT Belgium Men's Challengers. We had a great day of curling yesterday. Lots of exciting matches, and we've got more in store for you today. We've got 4 big matches going on. You know, I'm John. This is Pim. You may remember us from yesterday and getting things wrong all the time, but hey, that's what we're here. Good curling, keep you entertained, and hopefully you guys had a good day of that yesterday. Another good day today. We've got 12.
Yeah, for hosting, but we are a streaming company based in Belgium, kind of doing some cool stuff right there, right, John?
Yep. So, yeah, we bring you lots of live curling from the Belgian leagues, the Belgian Federation. We try to expand. We're going to be trying to expand out into further countries later soon, but we're relatively new, so we're starting with our home country. Hopefully, you guys enjoy it. We had some fans yesterday from Korea and Turkey and Uruguay, all over the world, Uruguay,
United States,
Canada. Yeah, we're trying to reach out, bring curling to the world. So that's us. Welcome on in. Have a good morning. Hope everybody has their breakfast with them. We do. We have some croissants and coffee. Yeah. We'll try not to eat on camera so you guys don't have to watch that. That's gross.
That's gross, yeah. So looking at the World Curling Tour Belgium Men's Challenger event. This is an event with, I think, 9 teams competing, 2 Belgium teams challenging, 7 other teams coming from all over the world, from Korea, but mostly from the European region. If we have a quick look at the setup, this is the knockout phase. First, let's have a look at the schedule for day 2. This is day 2. Yesterday was day 1. We had a couple of matches in day 1. Last game, the score was a victory for Team Turkey. I think it was 8-1, Turkey winning against Team Hertman from Poland. But now day 2, and we have 2 more group stage matches for you going on. We have the Hungarian men against Retchless. This is what you're going to see in a couple of minutes. And then later on, we have the Korean team, Seoul, against the Turkish team. And these are kind of our favorite picks for the final. So we might have kind of a big pre-announcement or a big preview of the possible final. We'll know later down the road. But then in the afternoon we have the quarterfinals. Semi-finals are for tomorrow, and tomorrow the big gold medal game, right?
Yeah, we're looking forward to it, especially that Seoul-Turkey match later today. You're going to hear us talk a lot about that. Each of us have our favorites, and it's not the same team, so hopefully we'll have a little bit of banter going for you there. But first, we're going to get started off with Team Hungary and Team Retchless. We have not seen Team Hungary yet. On the cast, Team Retchless, we had a view of them yesterday, and they are a very strong team, a mix of a Canadian mixed with some UK players, and very, very strong team. Really looking forward to watching them again play again today. Team Hungary, you know, it's a surprise to us, so we're really looking forward to seeing how they play. Like, so many teams in this field are really strong. They're all trying to vie for these quarterfinal spots and really put up a good show. Some really so far this week, yesterday, and I extended on through today. Just go through their warm-ups. So one team has already finished. So now Team Retchless is out on the ice. They've got about 9 minutes of warm-up. Then they'll do their LSDs to determine who has the hammer. And
yeah, so for people like new to the stream or tapping in today and missed yesterday, we have 9 teams and split up in 2 groups. And basically 8 of the teams. There's just one team eliminated from the tournament today, and that's a team from Group A, since they have the bigger group, the group with is to get possible seeding to enter for place. Eliminated, you and meet some of the teams in the other group. I think Group A is pretty strong with the Turkish team and the Seoul team sitting in there. They both have 3 wins. Later today, one team will actually claim that first place. I think it's hard to tell who. I have my favorite, John has his favorite, but we'll keep that as a surprise for. And then in Group B, everything's still open. Team Retchless open strong. Hungarian team seeking their first win. win. So this is not a complete updated score. Should be 1-1. They won 13-3 against Team Hungary. So Hungary is sitting at the bottom with 2 losses and 0 wins.
Yeah.
So quick hop over to the booth. We're currently waiting for the teams to wrap up their warm-ups. We have a setup where each team has 9 minutes to warm up, get familiar with the ice, and then they have to make a draw shot challenge. Throw an LSD, and the team closest to the pin with 2 draw shots, clockwise, counterclockwise, they get offered the choice to pick the hammer, but obviously that results in picking the hammer in most cases.
I don't think I've ever seen a team not pick the hammer, and I don't think we're going to see it start today.
No, true. So yeah, I think Retchless is still working on their practices. So again, Retchless, a Canadian-English team. We saw the guys yesterday on stream, and they looked pretty strong. They had a whopping victory against Team Verreken. Apparently in a previous tournament, Team Verreken beat them, so they had a kind of revenge session going on there.
Yeah, they had a little bit of a grudge to settle, a score to settle there. Really put their best foot forward, starting from the top, and just didn't let up till the very end. So,
and you always want to win against the home team, right? The home team is the team you want to beat them at their home base, beat them in the kind of home area, the curling ring of Team Verreken, with all the fans and all the people watching them. That's kind of bringing in the atmosphere here in the canteen. We're sitting in Curling Club Zemst. That's the only curling club in Belgium with dedicated ice. It's a small town close to Mechelen, and Mechelen is a way bigger town, and it's in between the 2 biggest towns of Belgium. Trying to do a little bit of geography lessons for people who are totally unaware what Belgium is or where it sits. It's a very small country, 2 big towns, Antwerp and Brussels, and we're right in between. For Canadians or Americans, that distance is not that far. I think it's without traffic, it's a 30-minute drive in between those cities. So for people who live in New York, it's basically one big urban region right here. Yeah.
Yep. So, we've got 2 other matches going on the ice today. I'm going to have to look at this because I can't remember who's playing. So over on sheet A, we're going to have Team Hertman against Team NL. And then over on sheet B, we're going to have Team Verreken versus Team Odorizzi. So it's going to be some really good matchups. So we'll keep you guys up to date on what's going on over there, give you some scores as we see, because you can see Verreken and Odorizzi, they've both won 1 and lost 1. So a winner of that match is going to have a better seed. They're looking for their first win yesterday. So it's a lot of jing for position, not wanting to finish on the bottom.
Yeah.
Team Dala, this actually didn't get updated. They lost their second match yesterday as well. So they're going to be playing later to get up off that bottom spot. So we're going to have a little bit of it's moving day here, moving morning, I guess you could see. 2 sessions left of the group stage, and that's the first 2 sessions today. So we're looking for a lot of movement on these standings. You're going to see teams trying to fight in a Group A, trying to fight to stay off the bottom. Group B trying to fight for the better positions, better seating, so they don't have to face any of the stronger teams.
That's an important one. I was talking from Team Verreken, like what second, but they have to play against Odorizzi. Does it matter, like second place, third place? Every team in that group is moving on to the knockouts. Like, what's at stake? And they said, well, a lot of at stake. We really want to avoid that 3rd and 4th position, because 3rd and 4th of Group B are most likely going to face or against Turkey or Seoul. They're going to meet them in the quarterfinals, and that's kind of game they want to avoid. Want to get us as far as possible in the tournament. There's a chance if you meet the stronger teams too early, you might get eliminated in the quarterfinals and not reach the semis or the finals. So I think both for Retchless, Verreken and Odorizzi, they're just fighting for those 2 top spots in their group and find the better seeding, and then see how close they can get to the final. And of course, we can't really compare the strength of both groups. So, and obviously in Group A, we flag them as favorites, but we haven't seen them play against Verreken or against Retchless. Maybe Retchless and Team Verreken and Odorizzi are much stronger. We don't know. we'll know later down the road.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out later today. So it looks like they're about to start their LSD, or their first LSD is already on the way down. So why don't we pop in and take a look at it. That one unfortunately didn't quite make it into the house there. So that's going to be a full effect.
So for people out there, we also post all the announcements of the games on our socials, Instagram, Twitter, etc. And within the Instagram stores, we also run some polls to see which team has the bigger fan base or which team has the better prospects. So we run a poll: who do you think is going to win? We've launched the poll, I think, about half an hour ago, and I'm gonna have a quick peek at the results so far. I think it's about we have 3 votes for Team Retchless and then 1 vote for Hungary. So if the Hungarian team or the Retchless team, if you guys have fans out there that are watching the game, let us know. We're also monitoring chat. That's a thing we want to explicitly mention. Chat open here. So if you have people having questions, making suggestions, comments, feel free to drop a chat, and we'll definitely respond. We keep an eye on that as well. It helps to have an entertaining, engaged streaming session. We had some fun sessions in the past, so good community out there. I know it's an early game for the Team Retchless fans. It's 8 o'clock in the UK right now, and it's even way Canada. Canadians watching the game, but maybe some people from the UK. I don't know.
We had a super fan yesterday in watching earlier. Said he was up at 3 a.m. his time to watch these matches. So we'll see what's going on here. First one. What do you do? They measure going out and writing everything down, so they have to wait through. Ooh, another one coming up short here for Team Retchless. So both their LSDs coming up short. So I believe that means Team Hungary is going to take the hammer here.
And it's what we're looking at.
Oh, Rob's wife Ashley here. Hello. Another vote for England. Good to have you.
So actually, we had a comment somewhere in the player bio from Rob where he mentioned, and that's his quote, very good. He's a very good singer. He really rocks at doing karaoke, and I quote him. According to his quote, he says, "I have the voice of an angel." And is there a better person to kind of verify that information than his own wife, Ashley? I don't know.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good, good.
I'll play for him.
Hopefully.
Yeah, great.
Thank you.
We had a quick visit here at the booth from Wim Nilleman. Wim Nilleman is the coach of Team Verreken. Very much appreciated. Very friendly guy, knows a lot about curling. I have the feeling that he's kind of a walking encyclopedia sometimes. He has big history. Was a commentator on Eurosports. And had a chat with him in Östersund at the closing banquets. So there's a lot to learn from him.
All right, so teams are ready to go. Good morning, Bradley. Or evening, depending on where you are. I guess the middle of the night. I guess it's after midnight wherever, so it's still good morning.
The teams are ready to go. I think there was already a measure, I'm not sure, but well, since we already know that Hungary is taking the hammer, there's not much of a surprise or a gamble there.
Yeah. No measures needed for Team Retchless, unfortunately. So the other teams on the other sheets are doing their last little lineouts, getting ready to go. We're going to be getting ready on here just quickly now.
All right.
He shouldn't be allowed to sing karaoke.
Wow, is that?
Wow, that's a bold statement.
Yeah.
But I've been to karaoke sessions where you have people that are just way too good, and it makes everybody else feel bad. Do not have a good singing voice. All right, here we go. Baz leading us off for Team Retchless, the first stone of the morning. This one's got a lot of late curl on it. Going to go right onto the button, just a little bit past the tee. There you go. Start. We made some adjustments to our on-ice audio, but I feel like it's a bit loud. This is going to be a nice little takeout.
Good takeout there.
So we always ask people in the chat, if you hear a noise or if you hear something that's not quite right with the audio, just let us know. We can have a try to fix it. We strive for perfection, and sometimes it's hard to hear it on our end. What we hear isn't necessarily the exact same as well. Starting out with just some trading takeouts this morning. Okay, Team Hungary going to break the streak. Going to go for a corner guard. This one looking to come in pretty good. Gonna sweep this just to get it as deep as possible. It starts to curl a lot right there at the end. But good spot for it. Okay, Rob calling back for a guard just off center. Not quite corner guard, not quite center guard. Now, yesterday I would have said, oh, this is going to stop, but then the ice was very fast yesterday. Today it actually appears to be a slight bit slower. Haven't had any timing on it yet, so but that one looked like we had stones going about that speed yesterday that would absolutely just keep carrying. Maker. Oop.
Yeah, I had you on mute, but you were talking to Harry.
Was just informed by the ice maker that or the tournament director that the ice maker was a little less aggressive on the clipping of the pebble this morning. So as the ice breaks in, so looking forward to see how the teams adjust to that. It's definitely one of my favorite parts about curling is watching the teams adjust to the changing conditions of the ice. Wanting to get this one deep and curled in behind that guard. Isn't quite falling as much as yesterday. Is a little bit open. Opportunity here for Team Hungary to kind of hit and roll, get behind that yellow guard. Trying to sweep this one over. Stone, but slides out of the house. Not quite the result they were looking for, but I think job number one was done getting rid of the stone.
Yep.
So here we have Jotham throwing. Yesterday he was wearing a funky sweater that was friends of his were giving him a hard time for, so he has opted for a different outfit today. Fortunately, this one is a little bit strong and just goes, I think it might still be biting the back of the house. Stayed in play, didn't fully cross that back line. Might actually just be biting the house. All right, thank you to the vice skip for telling us where, or the skip where they're going to go. They're going to be doing a draw, try to get behind their own red guard. Sometimes they put the broom down and it's hard to know where they're, if it's a takeout or not. Hey, Bina. I don't know if it's you, it's where I live. Stream is full of dropouts in a 15-second. There is a delay between the WCT stream and our channel. That's just the technology. Don't know if the dropouts are because of that. It seems to be, we have the stream up on a TV here. It looks, haven't seen any dropouts there, but we'll keep an eye out for it. Not seeing any network issues, but you never know. Thanks for the heads up, though. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
glad
thanks.
to have you in here.
Glad to have you in here again. It was, I keep forgetting the state. Was it Minnesota?
Minnesota.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I
remembered.
I said Wisconsin before, and I was wrong. That's how I remember.
Yeah, Rob making big gestures here. It's definitely wide, but then the question is it deep enough? Does it have enough weight to get in the spot where they need it?
No, this one's coming up light as well. They might get it to the house. Nope, just falls short. Both teams seem to be struggling to adjust to the ice. It's a little bit different than yesterday, so... Yeah, is it, Bina, is it dropping out on our channel as well as on the WCT, or is it just the WCT? If it's just WCT, we'll have to take a look. If it's on both, then probably...
Or we could have network issues here in the club, but I don't...
Yeah,
we'll have to rewatch it, and we'll have it up here on the TV to kind of double check the output of the stream.
Yeah. And I can look at OBS, our broadcasting software tells us if there's where things loses, if it's trying to draw render the frames. It feels the network is fine, but hey, you never know.
You never know. No. Internet works in mysterious ways.
Yeah. It's a series of tubes. Wow, this one just started falling, and like once it starts going, it just goes. That was amazing. All right, opportunity here for Rob to come and put something into the house. Probably going to tap one of his stones forward.
A hair more.
Okay.
Like, really measuring by the hair. I don't call things like a hair more, because if I call a hair more, I'm pretty bold. That would only confuse my team.
No, I love all the regional colloquialisms for... Wow, that is super loud.
That's a hurry hard there. It seems so light, it needs the way to tap. It's barely squeezing in between, tapping that second guards.
And unfortunately comes up just light. Now, I think I'm going to have to adjust the audio levels. That seems much louder for us. And I'm watching the audio, the volume meters in the software, and it's getting quite loud, much louder than it was before.
Right.
So here we have Team Hungary going to try their own promotion. There we go. Taps it in, slides it over a little bit.
And it's sitting shots behind the guards.
Yep, all behind that rubble.
Hungary could open with 2 points if this zone is not placed correctly.
Yep, I need to get this one, need to get that tap. Needs to stay on the outside.
It looks so light again, but it might have just enough way to get in, and it is.
All right.
It's sitting shot. I think some relief there with Team Retchless.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate the remote tech support. Always handy. All right, so Team Hungary with the last stone of the end need to draw it just short of the red is enough. Touching the red's going to be good. This one looks a bit wide. Is it going to fall over enough? We're going to try to sweep this one. It's a little bit hard.
And that is a steal of 1 for Team Retchless.
Steal of 1 for the yellow, yes. Oh, interesting end there. I would say both teams struggling to find weight and line and the curl, and got a lot of information about that. Hey, spotting is a big help for us, because obviously what we see here locally, because we see all of the cameras and all the feeds directly from the computer, so for us it doesn't often glitch out or things like that. So some of the things we hear are different. So if you guys see something out there, it's a big help to us, because I can always take a look at it. So what I'm going to do quickly while we've got a second is try to lower this volume on these cameras just a touch more. So it's not screaming in our ears and hopefully not screaming in yours. We want you to hear the ice, but we don't want you to feel the ice.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Let's see how that's going to work. It seems to put it a little bit more sensible, especially when we have 3 matches going on and we're going to have possibly 6 skips shouting at the same time. That can get quite loud. All right, interesting first end for this match. Team Retchless with the big steal. Going to, here we go into end number 2. Baz is going to be starting us off. He specifically asked us to call him Baz and not Harry, so we are going to honor his request and not call him Harry. I'll only say Harry 3 more times before I stop saying Harry.
Yeah, we can't really call him Harry. That was a very specific request, and as we don't want to offend him by calling out his real name.
All right, this one's gonna be nice guard, a little bit trailed off a little bit. So, and you know, this is what teams were saying yesterday, is that you know, going different directions, playing different sides of the ice, you had different speeds. So that one maybe had a little bit more curl than they had expected. And even going to different directions, you can see enjoy the rumble, lovely rumble. Yeah, we want to make sure that the rumble is a nice level. We don't want it to be too loud or too quiet. Trying to get behind that yellow guard. Leaves it a little bit open. Now you hear them calling for number 4. And oh, score. Okay.
Yeah.
It sounded like me to 4, but okay. It's corrected. I was just about going to use that as a segue to explain what different teams have different numbers and what it means, but I guess not anymore.
Hashtag John's wrong. The number 1 of the day. We also have another hashtag going strong on our channel. And maybe this is one of the candidates for that.
Nice shot there. Just wanted it to roll a little bit. Apparently one of the sweepers accidentally moved that guard, so Hungarian skip going out, tapping it back into place. Harm. So lead for Hungary. Thomas is just going to try to get rid of this one and roll underneath the yellow guard. This one's going to come on the nose, though.
Beautiful stone. Although I think they were looking for maybe a roll, but then they swept, so perhaps they didn't. Well,
yeah, sometimes the guesswork is just a guess. And so sometimes what we say... And it's weird because we saw a couple of places yesterday where teams swept when we were expecting them to not, because they needed it to fall more, but maybe they know a bit more about the technique of sweeping to maybe try to help it fall more. So they're definitely going to want this one to curl over. So like this, they're trying to sweep one side, get it to carve more over. This one's going to tap nicely.
Beautiful hit and roll.
Beautiful hit and roll. That is absolutely textbook. Very well played. Going to write that one down.
Yeah, make a note of that. Could be our number 1 candidate for shot of the match so far. Yeah, and if you guys see shots that really amaze you, or that you find that should get some appreciation, feel free to add a hashtag shot of the match in chat, so we'll note it down, and then we might post-produce it in one of our YouTube shorts, and we've experienced some of them going viral, so if you want to get people world famous, that helps.
This one is going to curl over, take out that guard. And actually puts them in a nice position. Puts the shooter over there in a corner guard position that they could possibly use later. Rob from Team Retchless just going to throw up. It says, let's put another guard over there.
And that's something I love about Belgian curling play. I know so little about the game, but it's so calming. Yeah, that's I think it's a relaxing if you play it, but for the watchers it's a slow pace game.
Well, the way we play it in our league.
In Belgium we really have the kind of laid back way of playing curling, that's true.
Tournament, a broadcast go longer than 2.5 hours, and a full 8 end matches often going 3 hours or more in our league. So it's definitely a faster pace here.
Yeah, in Belgium we have some players that are famous for plotting out every possible outcome and doing some quick maths on chaos theory.
The Belgian league is less shouty. Yes, that is very true.
We have one shouter, but he's a Canadian.
A bit wide, it's gonna go miss the target, slide through the house. Another opportunity for Retchless here. Put something deep behind that. They can get to the T line from the outside, so they're gonna try to do that. Set up behind these guards up front.
Very hard. Get it. Whoop. Behind the guards. And is this what they wanted?
No, they were hoping to get it behind, but I think he saw it wasn't going to be deep enough, so or get it past that second one, so he was hoping it would fall and a lot more. And unfortunately just stayed a little bit wide. Open. Exposes that stone in the back. While they're setting this one up, quick updates from the other sheets. Over on sheet B, Team Vareka opened up with 2 in the first end, so they lead over Team Odorizzi 2-0. Over on sheet A, it was a blank, so that allows Team NL to retain the hammer over there. They're in the second end as well.
I really like to pronounce the Italian name. Team Odorizzi.
Odorizzi.
Sounds so Italian.
I feel like I don't pronounce it right unless I'm like doing something with my hands.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask the Italians, like, how do you perfectly pronounce your team name? Ooh. Going wide.
Oh, that's another wide stone there, just off the target. A big opportunity. Gonna looks like they want to tap back just a little bit, so leave the shooter, give it a guard, and in front, move it back onto the T line. I want to make sure this one stays around that guard. Once it does, it's just going to start to fall. There it goes. Oh, nice. Now just about the weights. A little bit heavier than they would have liked. It's going to go back a little bit deeper, a little behind the T line, but still a very nice shot. I'm going to put that down because that technically is just a very difficult shot.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that was...
So are they looking for a double takeout here? It's a possibility, and he's not giving a lot of ice, so I'm expecting a pretty hard stone.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's quite a lot of power in that. Is it going to be enough? No, it's going to catch the guard.
Catch the second guard. Another miss from Hungary.
Yep. So another opportunity here. What are they going to do? Now some skips, some skips with the takeout, they'll put the stone and they'll put the broom in front of the stone they're going to take out. Some skips will always stay on that T line. So I haven't learned every skip's tendency yet, so this could be a draw to set up a guard. This could be taking out that red one and then rolling over with the guard. All right, this is going to be a...
Take out
Yeah,
guard.
just be a guard.
Yeah, they're looking to steal here. They don't want to be greedy, and they want to force some extra points by guarding their steal setup. Following nicely on where Jonathan put the broom, and now they have 3 stones in a row. And what is Hungary going to do now?
Well-placed guard there. They're going to try to draw between these 2 yellows.
That's not an easy 2 stones. They can sacrifice their 7th stone to open up a window of opportunities for the last one.
There is, just to show everybody, there's not a big gap between those 2 stones.
No, definitely not. But if it works, well, credits to the team.
Yeah.
But knowing they missed their previous stones,
You've got to take that risk. How much is it going to fall?
yeah. Do you need to take the risk so early in the game? Let's see. It looks good though. It looks
like
really
that's
good.
coming
Spotting
down.
the first guards,
They're gonna
squeezing
shoot
in
this-
between.
Oh,
But
just catches
maybe you
on
can
it.
promote it with a later stone, so could be of use, but so unfortunate that it's tapping against that stone over there. Good attempt though. It was not an easy stone to make.
No, not at all. It does take away 2 from the from Retchless, so that's a little bit of damage control as well. Yeah, that was such a tight fit too, that the fact that they just missed it. I mean, from that distance, being able to throw it that trying to aim for a window that tight and becoming so close is pretty impressive.
Now, Team Retchless is not looking to guard the left side there, or are they?
I believe so. I think
Okay.
they're going to yeah, just draw it over. They want to get it in front of that.
Yeah.
Happy to steal one. They don't want to attempt to go for a second and then end up leaving it.
Yeah.
So they want this one to tap maybe a little bit
Look at
against
the
it.
guards.
Just move it a little bit over and get over there. So
Well, let's look at the angles. What are the options for Team Hungary right now?
I don't know if they throw that same shot they just did that they can get enough of the red at the right angle to get over and get shot. They're looking at it, but I feel like that yellow one is in the way because it has to be on that outside edge of the nose to get it to move back towards the inside so that they'll be able to. I mean, to be honest, I'd love to try as a fan and get it, because then that's click that shot of the match button, no problem. That'll, you know, we love to see that. And it seems like that may be going for. Maybe they feel like the guards over on the right side are just too, it's not falling enough for it to get over onto the button. They only need to get full red. Past that guard.
It's passing the guard. Looks good. Looks
Has a chance. Oh, wow.
beautiful stone.
Wow.
Beautiful stone.
Wow. Clicking the button, writing things down, that was amazing. I didn't think they had a real chance to get to there, but what do I know? Hashtag John's wrong.
This was an excellent stone. And big performance there after missing a couple of stones in this end and making up and Team Retchless not able to put a guard and avoid Team Hungary to take that shot, basically.
Oh, another good end. Both teams making good shots, trying to set things up, recovering from some mistakes. That's going to be that's going to make Team Hungary feel pretty good. It's going to I think lift their spirits a little bit. I'm sure they would have liked to have scored more than one with the hammer, but Team Retchless is not giving them much of an opportunity here, so be able to hit a good quality shot like that. So here we go with start at end number 3. All tied up at 1. Maybe we'll see a similar replay to yesterday as Team Retchless beat Team Oritzi with, you know, really tight going down to the last stone. Be a great way to start the morning here. This one's settling it nicely right in front of the house. Not on the center line, though. Team Retchless just going to go right into the house. Trying to get this one to curl over. There it goes. A little bit of a late curl. It's over. Still a little bit exposed. Team Hungary just want to try to play this one out. Hold the shooter right in the same place.
It'll fly by. Oof, close.
Gonna carve that one over to catch the yellow. Does not. Yeah, it's there offset. Able to. You're gonna try to go for put something in the house right in front of the T line, behind those guards. Sweeper's indicating it's high. It's pointing up. Usually it's fat. I'll make sure that they're really around the guards there. Late curl is going to. We've clicked the button. We're writing that one down. That's just such a good technical stone. We don't often get to
appreciate those lead players.
Yep. Sometimes when they do something like that, you just have to put them in the file. Someday I'll get around to making a compilation of all of the best lead and second shots.
Yeah. The lead legends.
Yeah.
This one is tapping the guards.
Just be a little bit light over curl.
No, not tapping the guards.
Hashtag Pim's wrong.
Yeah.
Another opportunity here for Retchless to put something in behind it. They want to try to draw in, even be a little bit short and exposed, kind of guard up the path to the center. Pointing that it's wide. I'm gonna let this one fall. It's bit on the light side, but that's their plan B, is little guard out there. A little bit higher than they'd like, so that's still going to allow Team Hungary to kind of draw on around, try to do that same shot that Team Retchless was just trying to do.
They have an extra guard, so more room to draw again.
This one is wide and appears to be a little bit heavy. That is going to go through the house. Rob's going to try to give it a little bit of help to get it all the way out the back, and he does. So another opportunity here for Team Retchless to draw in. It's almost like a game of horse. Which team can hit that shot first?
Yep.
To be wide. Stays outside. Something for Team Hungary to use as a hit and roll. Could even potentially use it if they hit the angle right with the right weight.
Yeah, imagine if this is double. Because of that Yellowstone sitting so open, they have a reach at that Shotstone sitting behind the guard, so could be dangerous for Retchless to lose their Shotstone here.
This one seems to be on the outside. Is that going to catch the stone?
It's way on the outside. Big miss, unfortunately. But now it's time to try to close it up again with the stone high in the house.
Yeah, that's like the third missed takeout we've seen from Team Hungary so far today. They're just kind of just a little bit off on their lines on those.
And is that something you'll tailor in your strategy if you're Team Retchless, that they some takeouts? They are not scoring the best percentages on takeout shots?
Maybe, but at this level, I don't know that I would be counting on them missing their takeouts all the rest of the morning.
Yep.
So this is going to tap, not quite falling enough, but it does move things up a little bit higher. Going to make it a little bit more difficult to get back onto the shot stone from there. Very low sliding technique. Hurts my ankles just thinking about it.
Looks very aesthetic though.
Stays a little bit on the outside, rolls out, still biting the house, but if wanted that one to roll underneath those guards. Opens things up again, so Rob try to determine the weight, where they want to go. Try one be at the top of the red 4-foot circle, probably.
Yeah, actually, indeed, teams on this level stick with their strategy. They don't kind of hope for other teams to make misses. Always assume that the other team is going to execute.
Ooh, just sneaks that one around behind the guard, but just a little bit light, doesn't get into the house. All right, we're gonna see some weight on this one. It's got to roll flat, so it's gonna hit quite near to the top of the nose. Oops, swear jar.
So that wasn't swear jar. Well, we don't know for sure.
I can read those lips. That is for sure.
I think he was saying duck, and I'm not sure.
Maybe
anyway,
he said fun.
Yeah, I think it's I don't know.
Oh, this one hits on the nose, doesn't roll over, gives an opportunity for Rob to do the same, hit and roll over, a little bit better angle. This one's looking good. Is that gonna hit? Oh, it's gonna be a little bit inside. Oh, unfortunately catches their other shot and rides over just a little bit too far off the nose there. Still sitting shot, but it is sitting behind the tee line. It's going to allow Team Hungary to try to draw this one on top of it. Maybe be able to steal this end.
I think I'm not sure if Retchless is sitting 3 or 2. The two stones on the side of the house. Can't really measure them, but we'll have to wait and see.
They are currently sitting 4.
4.
Oh no, sorry, 3.
3, yeah.
Sitting 3.
3, depending on where that one red one is.
It's just biting the edge, so
Okay,
that one is definitely.
So this is an important stone then for Hungary.
Seems a bit wide.
And if this is wide, this is going to be an open takeout for 4 points. Not very easy to take that open takeout.
No. They got to be careful at the right angle to.
There is some risk with the takeout option. They're looking to run back, promote those center stones.
All right, so while they're taking this opportunity to update the scores over on sheet B, it was a blank end in the second end, so Team Vareka leads Team Motorizzi 2-0 in the third. And over on sheet A, Team Hertman scored 1, so they lead 1-0 in the third end over Team NL.
Firm weight. Let's see how this plays out. Trying to promote those center stones on the center line. They're lined up to take out red. That misses and they just score 1.
All right. Your team buckle under the pressure, kind of forcing ones. It's very how the match yesterday went with Team Retchless against Team Motorizzi.
The Hungarian team that they avoided losing 3 or 4 points in this game.
Yeah.
Damage controller, they avoided taking a big hit.
Huddle up between Little debrief, what to expect, what's happening. Looking for any little dirt or bumps in the ice. Trying to just make sure clean.
Yeah. Yeah, there sometimes could be a little bit of bumps in the ice when it's raining. We have little droplets leaking through the ceiling on some occasions that freeze on the ice and leave little bumps. Players at the club are aware of that, but I don't know if that's impacting the conditions of the ice. I don't really think so, because we have a very good ice master managing that.
Go Baz leading us off here in the fourth. Today, time and again, it looked like a team was way ahead in the end, only to have one shot negate a huge advantage. It seems to happen a lot in this sport. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You will see teams basically flip the advantage a lot in this sport. Where did we see it? We saw it in the senior challenge, where one team had 4 or 5 in the house and the other team managed to come away with 1 themselves. So it's a quite common occurrence.
Yeah. I can't remember what game it was, but I think the team yesterday on stream lost the game because they left the draw short and then gave 2 points to the other team. But
that was Retchless against Oritsi.
Yeah, that was Retchless against Oritsi, and I think that's how Retchless won 5-3 instead of losing 3-4, right?
Yes.
So yeah, that last stone determines almost 2 hours of curling and a lot of curling stones.
Yeah. And so often, yeah, in ends it can happen. Doubles you see it a lot more because of the nature of the doubles game, but you definitely see it in these 4-man matches as well. Yeah, if you lighten up and the next thing you know, the other team has scored a big end on you, and you have to get that focus back. So it's these types of matches, this level of competition, you're going to see teams try to stay focused all the way through. This one's going to be just outside, taps it over. Red's still lying shot. You have that yellow one next to it, but it's going to be difficult to use to get at it. We're going to see a hit and roll here from Team Hungary, I think.
Yeah, skip of Team Hungary tapping his belly. That's some kind of sign to take it out, maybe, or
maybe it indicates weight. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, every team uses different signals. Some use their arms, some use their whole body.
Yeah.
Some use just the broom. It's always fun trying to read the skips and see what they're trying to do.
looks white, but it'll clear that Yellowstone. No, it's not white at all.
No, it's gonna get on there.
Good.
They were, I think, from the indications to the broom with the skip before, they were looking at, okay, roll over to the inside or roll over to the outside. They did not want there. You see Rob indicating that he wants a double takeout here. And here we have Professor Peel with the
Professor of Peel, yeah, Jonathan Havercroft.
With their rocket down the ice. Appears to be a little bit wide. Is that going to fall over enough to get on the inside? It does.
Beautiful, beautiful. And sitting behind the guards, excellent stone. And this, my favorite shot of the match so far.
Yep. Buttons being clicked. Pen is being warmed up.
I'm starting to know why, how he came to get his reputation of the Professor of Peel. And he's a very happy Professor of Peel.
Of course, just like in this competition yesterday, there's about half a stone sticking out, so they're going to go for it. Or no, it looks like they're just going to try to peel the guard, but this one falls just a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Ooh, seems to be the story of the morning for Team Hungary, missed takeouts.
Yeah.
Let's see if Retchless can capitalize on this one.
Yeah, these missed takeouts, they're more obvious for us at the booth and people watching in stream. Sometimes these little mistakes where a stone comes shorter than they wanted to, they're harder for us to notice.
Got this one around the guard. That's gonna curl over, possibly tap.
Tip.
Perhaps it peeks out just a little bit over there. There's that separation.
They didn't want that tap. Because now Hungary is looking to take it out.
So looking for a hack weight. If I read that one right, we'll find out. You want to tap this shot stone back and let their shooters hit shots. He's gonna just
guards.
That, to me, that looked like that clipped the guard just ever so slightly, but it
was hard to tell.
Able to hold its line and curl around. Very nice shot there. Screaming at it. Want to get this one around. Now we're trying.
And it's out.
That's it. And
Jonathan sweeping it to the side. Good stone.
nice shot there. All right, Hungary looking like they're going to try to hit and roll, get underneath the, get underneath it.
Feels like Team Retchless is playing the better stones or having kind of the better game, but they don't have a comfortable big lead so far, so they have to stay in focus and maintain that quality. Because if they would have a little dip in the game, that's where Hungary could swoop in and do a leapfrog.
Yeah. Yeah, Hungary having their struggles, but they are able to minimize the damage, so still in this match.
Yeah. Hi there, the peach. Tapping into the stream.
Trying to help this one over. That one's gonna just be on the nose. Doesn't trickle as much as they would like. Still sitting open. So Rob asking for takeout on the nose. Leave the stone shooter there. Alright, trying to sweep for the curl, get this one over. It's going to roll. Doesn't quite get over the curl they want. Rolls over to the side of the house. Does leave its house split, but that's going to allow Team Hungary to kind of draw something in behind the guard, try to get there on the button, start trying to set up a steal here. No, sorry, they have the. It wouldn't be a steal. They have the. They have the hammer. Yeah. We do have to get the hammer fixed on our scoreboard.
Well, but you can see by looking at the count of stones.
Yes, yes, I know.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder what's the kind of default, because also teams don't move the hammer on the physical scoreboard. They keep it up on the place that correlates with the first end to kind of show which team started with the hammer, and then as you go to the next ends, you kind of tell by the number of stones.
Yeah,
I think
in the IRL scoreboard they leave it alone because it's something not to mess with, but
yeah.
I think for our scoreboard it probably makes it a little bit easier for the fans watching at home to know who started with it.
Yeah, true.
Just a thought.
I'll compare with World Curling Tour and other kind of stream things, like figure out what's the default and then steal their takeaway or their choice. But it makes sense to swap around the hammer, definitely, because it's more accurate to the in-game situation.
Alright, so Team Hungary stunned a little bit exposed, so we're going to see Team Retchless Rob come after it. I want this one to try to curl. Yeah, gets that one over. Slides underneath the other stone, but still sits in the house.
Yeah.
Comfortably. Update needed. Not able to see the team that scored in the previous ends. Yep. Yeah, if we're not showing the line score, then if we only have the stones up, then it's harder to know with a quick glance. I think so.
Yeah.
Hashtag John's right.
Well, that's just your opinion. That's a quote from the Big Lebowski.
And then Bina comes in and says, watching the red and yellow flashing lights makes it easy for me to tell where the hammer is. Yes, that is also. But that doesn't make me any less right, Bina. That one trickled out just a little bit past the T line there. That's going to give Team Retchless an opportunity to draw and put something on top of it. This one needs to get to the button. If it's well, it either needs to freeze up against that red, or if it gets onto the button above the T line behind the guard.
Yeah, why not take out the red ones, stick behind the guard, and then force Team Hungary to make a very good draw. And if they miss it, or if they lose it or stay short, they lose a lot of points. Is it going to pass the guard? That's the question. It is.
Gets past the guard. Is that going to fall over and get on the red? There it goes. And there they go. Didn't fall.
Needs to get red as deep as they can. And now, if you look at the situation, Retchless is sitting 3, but yeah, Hungary only needs to do a similar stone to take the point. But at least Retchless is forcing them to score 1 point and putting the pressure on Team Hungary here.
Frank saying, tell the viewers the pink dot is our favorite team. And Bina saying, John is always right. Well, even I wouldn't go that far.
That is stretching it very far.
I think we're more likely to see John is wrong, hashtag trending, more than John is right. This one's going to curl over. It's going to catch that yellow.
Stone,
taps it
1
back.
point for Hungary, and they are back in the game.
Yep.
Struggling, but they're alive, and that's the most important thing right now.
Yep, knots it all up at 2, through 4, halfway into this match. Things are all level. No teams giving up anything big or being able to score big. So just trading ones back and forth.
Yeah, I think if you're Team Retchless, you have the feeling like you're in the game, you're in control. You may feel like you're the better team because you control the ends and you have opportunities to score a lot of points or have the advantage. But then you don't get to build a lead or build a comfortable lead. You're sitting 2-2 halfway, and that could feel scary because it's like in cycling where you're ahead and there's just somebody in your wheel and you know you're the strongest rider, but you never know if that person in your wheel can jump out and snatch the steal.
All right, here we are. Thomas from Team Hungary going to start us off here. Quick update over on the other sheets. After so over on sheet A, Team Herkman scored 2 in the third, so they now lead 3-0 in the fourth end. Looks like they're the last stone over in that end. Team Odorizzi scored 1 in the third, so it is 2-1 for Team Vareka in the fourth end there.
Bram saying a beautiful analogy. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're Pim and John, but we kind of are the Michel and Jose of Belgian curling.
No, we're not, because there's a Michel and Jose in our Belgian league, so we're not. We can't even use that.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Michel and Jose, they're world famous cycling commentators. Well, big in Belgium, of course. Maybe less known outside of the country.
Yeah, strong skip from Hungary. Yeah, he's very. He's keeping his team in it.
Yeah, he's keeping his team alive. That's a carrying player there. Yeah, the Belgium doubles team is also participating in this tournament because 2 of those players are playing with Team Dalle. Kevin and Brecht.
This one's going to squeeze just by the guard. Nice stone there.
Very good stone.
But I think I see about 3.5 millimeters, so that one's probably just going to get taken out.
Yeah, I think if Retchless sees just a hair, they're trying to make a move here.
So if I understood the broom motions, looks like they're going to try to tap that yellow one back either over onto the button, or if it goes straight back into that red stone. Either option will be nice. This one's over curling, so it's going to miss that yellow.
Whoa! This is just finding a way in between those stones and landing in the red behind the garden. I like the stone. Actually, I like the stone.
Yep. So does Hungary, it looks like, because they think that they can try to freeze up on it. It is behind the T line, so they can try to get up something in between it. I think the secondary option is going to be tapping that red one off to the side. Oh, thanks, Bina. Good to know. Good to know. And this one, catch on the red, which is okay for them. It opens things up.
Yeah, they don't need that guard.
Guard in front of their other red one in the house there, so this is going to force Retchless to make a decision here.
Wondering if Bram van Looy is commenting on our stream. Is he watching our stream, or is he watching his teammates playing against Odorizzi?
Home. Hashtag busted.
Yeah, I don't want to call him out on that.
But want this nose, run it back, splits them open. Very nice stone there. Ooh, that one stone. Very.
Looking at the stream, not that. Well, that backfired.
It's going to take out the yellow, rolls it over, a little bit of cover.
Just behind the guard.
Is halfway behind the guard, also behind the T line. So I think we're looking at, yeah.
So for them, that's a good situation to have a stone sitting behind those guards there. It's behind the T line, so that could give Retchless an opportunity to still freeze up against it.
Looks like they were calling for a hack and a rollover a little bit outside under the guards. Oh, excuse me. Little hiccup there. It was all yellow, now it's all red. Yeah, you know, stays outside, doesn't... They were hoping maybe we'd get a little bit more of a fall. Not quite, but yeah, you know, when we do initiations and we start teaching players how to throw, they always want to count the number of points when they throw it. Like, oh, we got a stone in the house. How many points is that? It's like, wait until the end, because everything can change.
Yep.
I don't even count anymore the times I've seen and been a part of where one team is scoring big and in the middle of the end, and the next thing you know, they're losing big in the same end. So want to make sure they hold this one straight. Starting to go. Is that going to stay? That's going to be enough.
Yep. And it'll roll.
And it's going to roll. But
beautiful.
Ooh, just not get over underneath those guards, though.
It's two turrets open, I guess.
This one's got some pace on it. Try here. Wow.
Oh my god, wow. And in between Rob's legs there.
Wow, fantastic.
What an awesome stone to watch.
Very high degree of difficulty there. Beautifully. We are clicking buttons.
So, John, do we have to reconsider our favorites?
I think we're going to have to throw Team Retchless in there. They're quite showing some significant skill here. Wait a couple more stones, Bina. It's bound to change again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those games, curling, where you can't really place bets and then ride out the end. A lot of plot
Trying
changes.
to get this one to curl over. It's just grazes it.
Unfortunate.
Doesn't move it. So,
and we've seen this happen a couple of times for Team Hungary in this game. They were not punished that hard for those mistakes so far, but Team Retchless might take a chance at some point to put the hammer down.
Put that yellow one. I think a short guard would also be okay. This one is coming up a bit short. And you see that often, especially at the league, at the club play. but you'll see it often in this high level as well. You have like a super hard shot followed up by a light shot, and it's very difficult to get the weight right. This does a pretty good job. Put some cover there, but Hungary feels like they can still kind of draw around it, get up inside of that yellow. And that's what they're going to try to do. It feels a bit wide. But there it goes and says nope. Oh, no, still a bit wide of the guard, but it's not going to fall over enough.
Perfect stone there. It's still a bit open, but I mean, excellent performance.
Excellent. But still wider than they were where they wanted, so I'm not totally wrong.
I mean, you're being very harsh on the team here.
I'm technically correct, which is the best kind of correct. Well, I'm just going based on where the Hungarian skip put his broom, and he wanted that frozen right up against it. You know, we've seen teams take out stones with less room than this, so...
Yeah, we have been spoiled too much in this tournaments, and if we would have this stone in a Belgium League game, we would probably be all hyped about it, and now you're being, it's still sitting a bit open, I don't know.
Well... Frank says in the other chat, hard to get it out without taking yellow out too. Well, we're about to find out if Frank is wrong.
Yeah. Frank is skip of the Takeout Tigers. That's our team. This one might fall too hard.
This one is a little bit, yeah, they're trying to... There they go, want it.
Well,
Plan B, call for a late split.
Yeah. Bina saying not harsh on the team. John's just right. I think you have a fan out there, John.
I think so. I see a gap there that's bigger than a stone, so I think Hungary is just going to try to get this one right out in front there.
And redstone is slightly in front, so that's also something that helps. If they get it in between, it'll tap the red one first and not the yellow one.
Oh, Bina, it's super easy to be critical here. when you're not playing, it's super easy to be critical.
Yeah.
Thing is the best.
Seems light. It's not going to get deep enough.
Cover up this guard. Even that little tap is going to keep it in place.
That's true. That's true.
That's
yeah, they don't. They just want to make sure that they're making it as difficult as possible for Retchless to score here.
Yep.
And now we're in a situation where virtually Hungary is taking the game, and Retchless has to throw a good stone to win the end.
Yeah. Looks like they might be trying to do a run back on this yellow. Hit that onto the red, and then could be sitting 2 here. Gotta try to hold this one straight. Unfortunately, they're calling him off. They think it's gonna be...
Super's kind of gave up on that stone.
Or...
it's shot. Yellow is shot, so that's 1 point for Retchless. Don't know if that was intended, but they have the point. They have the end.
That was not the intention, but hey, sometimes you just gotta take what the curling gods give you. That's
oh, so hard for Hungary again. They played such a good end.
They even called off the sweepers.
Yeah.
To because they thought it was just too far and they didn't want it to. That it was too far off. But
they're not getting rewarded here for playing a very good end.
100% unintended. I mean, they wanted to promote that stone forward, but they wanted it to go and hit onto the red and knock it out of the way. But yeah, they did not want that. But hey, you know, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. So an interesting one for Team Retchless there to give them the lead through 5. So through 5, Retchless 3, Hungary 2. Play a lousy game of pool. Yeah, so you know, I mean, it's a similar thing. Sometimes you just hit a shot so bad it becomes good, and that's it. That was one there. I mean, I don't want to say that one was so bad, but it was not what they intended. All right, so we've got a little bit of thinking going on here. Quick updates over there from Sheet B. In the 4th end, Team Vareka scored 2 more. So they lead 4-1 over Team Oritzi in the 5th end. Over on Sheet A, Team Hartman scored 1 in the 4th, and so they lead at 4-0 over Team NL in the 5th end there. As we make our way into 6 here.
Look at that scoreboard, just trading one end.
I hope we have enough ones in that box. Nicely placed center guard right there on the center line. The no tick rule is in effect. 90 or something, yep. But you have to have the skill to be able to have the luck.
Yep.
Is what I've always heard.
Kind of blessed with a very good game here. Very balanced. You can't tell who's gonna win. Each team has their strengths.
Yeah, Team Hungary is hanging in there. They're fighting all the way. You know, maybe it's not their best technical game, but they're still fighting. They're not giving anything away. So,
but they're also, I mean, we're kind of saying this it's not their best game, but actually they had some good stones as well. They just struggled in crucial moments sometimes. It's just kind of a gut feeling that Retchless is the better team. The statistics to back it up.
That's true. That's true. And maybe we're a little bit biased because his wife is in chat.
Yeah.
Gets it to move, doesn't quite get it out of the house. Didn't fall enough for them.
Is there a simple way to explain the no-tick rule? Because I think indeed it could be confusing for people who don't know curling.
Yeah, there is a simple way, Bina. So basically, you have the free guard rule, which is the five rock rule, and that's where any stone outside of the house, within the first 5 stones, can't be taken out. And so to extend that onto the no tick rule, anything touching that center line cannot be moved off the center line for the first 5 stones. So once the 6th stone enters play, it can move. Anything can happen. Now the center line does not extend into the house, so it stops in front of the house. So if that red one, for that example, was in the house on the center line, it's not technically on the center line, so it could be moved. So anything in the house.
Yeah, the reason why it was introduced is because there's the free guard, so you can take out guards. But then professional teams like Team Homan, for example, they were really experienced in, instead of taking it out, just giving it a tap and splitting it, pushing it to the side.
Yeah.
And to avoid that strategy, they introduced a new rule. If it's sitting on the center line, then you can't move it off the center line, so you basically can't do that kind of split move.
Yeah, and as Bram said in the other chat, it's by the opposing team. So the yellow team, Team Retchless, can move that stone off the center line if they want to, but Team Hungary cannot. But now that 5 stones have been played, anything is fair game. So I hope that cleared it up a little bit. That's true. There are a lot of rules to remember sometimes. And interesting interpretations of, like, I saw a match on Twitter, it clip went around. I think I've said this talked about this before on stream, but I'm going to talk about it again. Where a stone was on the center line and it got into stayed on that center line, and it took the teams. They talked about it for a few minutes. They eventually had to call a rules official over. That rules official had to call a senior rules official over, and it took quite a few minutes for them to determine that it was still a tick rule violation. Even though it stayed on the center line in the house. It's nicely. Gets out the yellow, or the red does not quite fall like they wanted, but still a good stone. Sebastian asking about Team Vareka. So Vareka is leading 4-1 over Team Odorizzi in the 5th end.
Yeah, but, for Vareka and Odorizzi playing for that second spot, assuming that Team Retchless is going maybe for a 3rd win. We don't know that. That's something that has to be decided, but a lot of stuff at stake in Group B here.
Yep.
All teams trying to avoid getting seeded against Turkey or Seoul in the quarterfinals in the knockout round.
And actually, I think because Team Retchless has beaten both
they've beaten
Vareka and Odorizzi,
Odorizzi.
I think they hold the tiebreaker, so even if they lose this match, they might still be the #1 seed coming out of this group.
Yeah, they have the upper hand there. So that would mean Odorizzi and Vareka, and that's the important game. That's the battle for place 2.
Yeah. So our tournament director is posting a little bit of extra information about the rule in the Kurdia TV chat, but I'll just kind of say that, yeah, so when a violation happens, the opposing skip has the option to leave the stones as they are or replace everything back to its original position, which can be quite messy if there are a lot of stones involved.
Yeah. And if they had to make that call, would they pick the option that's most in their advantage, or would they pick the option that is that would have happened? I think they would always go for the option that's giving their team the biggest advantage, right?
Usually. I've seen teams take out stones and replace it even though it was in their advantage to where the stone got moved to, just because they didn't want to give the other team an opportunity to build something up around it.
Yep.
So teams often have their own strategy, skips often have their own strategy about what they want to do with it. There's some pretty general, like common trains of thought, but it really depends on the situation.
And it also shows that the curling sport is still dynamical. Every season, the World Curling Federation is looking to reevaluate the rules in the game to make it as interesting as possible.
Yeah, they definitely want to make it more fan-friendly, viewer-friendly. Ooh, just catches a little bit, not quite enough though. Slides through. Rob giving an option. All right.
They want it on a center line. It can be on the pin, but in front of the pin is fine.
Yeah.
That's how I understood.
So you see him holding up 5 or 7. Those are different positions on the ice where they'd like it to come, it's a lot easier to say a number down the ice to the other team, to your teammates, as opposed to top red. So 5 will be sitting right above the red. 7 will be sitting right on the center, on the T line. So trying to get this one to curl over. That is going to be a 5. Just does not curl over enough. Ooh, sets up a double right there for Team Hungary.
Yeah, a while ago I had somebody asking in chat, why do they use numbers to indicate the position of the house? Why don't they just use the colors to say put it in the red or in the blue? And that's because, well, there are no default or standardized colors for the house. Depending on the tournaments you participate or the sponsors, the colors of the house could be of all sorts, of all kinds.
Yep, I've seen even at the same curling hall that has different colored rings.
Yeah.
Even on the same sheet. So I saw one end it had green on the outside and blue on the inside, and at the other end it was blue on the outside, green on the inside. So this one's
Are we going to see a double?
It does.
Beautiful
Very
double
nice
here.
double there.
Very nice double. They needed that one. They're still in the game. Yeah, maybe someday in a near future or distant future we'll have a broadcast sheet that has instead of the red and the blue color codes, maybe a big black color codes. Who knows? It could be nice to see. Yeah, Gary saying you typically see different colored houses if linked to sponsors.
Yep. And I've even seen some houses that don't use rings like this. They have a sponsor logo in it, and so it even makes it even more difficult to say.
Yeah.
Throw for the cow's right horn.
And that's a good hit and roll there. But, well, it's a good hit. The roll
just
is not
doesn't get enough roll over. Yep. Pointing to the outside. Over.
Could be another double takeout here.
Yeah, doubled their own stone out. Yellow is still sitting, now sitting 2 shots.
Yeah.
So Rob's gonna try to draw this one in, get behind that guard.
Pointed with the stone. They wanted to go for a hit and roll behind the guards, I think.
Could be an important stone for Team Retchless. They put this one nicely behind that guard. They could force, they could steal 1, potentially 3. Gets around the guard. Doesn't get deep enough to score a 3rd, though.
They can still draw over on the left side from our angle and get on the pin. And even the right side. It's, stone is still high enough to get into the red zone. But an important stone again. I mean, if they leave this draw short, or if it's too heavy, then they give 3 points to Reckless. But we know their skip is a carry and they can manage. Everywhere in the white is fine.
See, I'm not sure this is their skip.
Or their 4th player then.
Yeah, their 4th, yeah.
That's what I mean.
So big
Ooh,
scoring
nice.
area, just gets it in there. Very
And
nice stone.
does it in style, but the sweeping was needed, looking
Yeah,
at how
yeah.
much gap there was between that guard and the stone. But they are still alive, and they can deal with that kind of pressure, obviously.
Yep. So evens it up. Another one on the scoreboard, following the pattern.
Yeah, Team Retchless, they were in so many situations where they were hoping maybe this is the end where we score 2 or 3 or maybe 4 points. This is their our escape. This is where we build our lead. But then the fourth player just breaks that dream,
Yep.
shatters it.
Yeah, Rob really would have liked that one to his stone to get a little bit deeper, put a lot more pressure, narrow that scoring zone down. Unfortunately, came up just a bit light, so Team Hungary's fourth able to draw rounds and get in there on the in there for the score. So as we head into the seventh end, we're all knotted up at 3. Really tense back and forth going on. Both teams not giving up a lot, trying to put a lot of pressure on the other one. So Team Hungary is going to start us off here. It's going to put something there right at center guard. Didn't quite catch if that was in the house or on the edge or just in front.
And number 7. And we're looking at a game where all the stakes are evened out, balanced out. 3-3.
Yeah, Frank, very, very exciting.
Close game.
You only thought you were going to watch for 5 minutes, and
Well,
there you go.
Too bad. I have had it happen with me as well, where I would go home and just to kind of look bad moment before I know I'm watching an hour of curling.
I often have to stop myself from doing that too.
Yeah.
Now, this one comes up a little short. Didn't get over the hog line, so gonna give Retchless the opportunity to set up what they want here.
Thing is, if you have been watching a couple of events, you're invested and you just want to know the end and the end results.
What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Who's gonna? Do you have a favorite, and are they gonna pull it off?
Yep. I'm gonna check Instagram to see to have a look at our poll.
No.
So
Team Rush is starting off with unfazed by the minor earthquake we had, and starting off with corner guard.
So with the fans, the clear fan favorite is Team Retchless, having 83% of the fan votes. Sounds a lot, but that represents 5 votes against 1.
This one has much better pace on it. It's going to actually come into the house. Stops just shy of the tee line. Baz being asked just to put a stone out behind that corner guard. Trying to get this one to curl out more. Get all the way out behind that guard.
And they managed to get it somewhat behind the guards. But
all right. Tapping on his stomach. Doesn't want this one too hard. Just judging from the position of the broom here.
Passing the guard,
Nicely,
taking out the stone. Very nice.
nicely played there.
Yeah.
All right, quick update from Sheet A. Team NL scored 1 in the 6th, so it is 5-1 in the 7th end over there.
For Team NL.
Team N no,
Or,
Team Hertman is leading Team NL.
Okay. So that could be an important game between Team Dalla and Team NL, trying to avoid that elimination spot in the Group A.
Oh, I see Rick has joined us. He has but one excuse. I'm guessing it maybe one too many breakfast beers and went back to sleep.
Hi Rick, welcome back to the stream.
Come on in. This one catches the guard there. The Horseshoe Tavern. Ooh, that's a beneficial stone there for Team Hungary. Kind of shooter slides over in front of that red one as a guard. Make it very difficult to get it out of there. Wondering over, and she did start the 6th end, but they haven't scored. I did see that Odorizzi played the first stone, so they obviously took the hammer, but what they scored, I don't know. Looking for a wide double here.
Well, he's the professor of Peel, so
I'm a fan of his shoes.
yeah,
As
that's
someone who also curls with red shoes, big fan.
takes out the
doesn't
double.
Doesn't get the double they were looking for, but that one still gets rid of both those stones, so
This bumps.
nice stone there. Duly noted. Maybe not intended, but still a nice looking shot. So he's looking all right, sweeping this one to hold it. It's gonna trickle over into the other corner of the house. Nice job there, good stone. Apparently he's a professor in as his day job, so
A professor in politics, if I remember correctly.
yeah. Yeah. At the University of Southampton, I've been told. Mr. Karaoke.
Pimp John, I vote for Mr. Karaoke. Well, that's obviously Rob Retchless, although we had actually in the stream earlier today, and she kind of debunked that story, or she said, I can't remember her words.
No, she said he shouldn't sing karaoke because he's too good.
Oh yeah, that's true.
She didn't debunk it.
No.
She backed up his claim. And over in the other chat we have Frank. That's actually a good pun. Politics. The professor of politics.
So I actually also told that Rob proposed to her while singing with his and I mean, how can you say no to that if you have the voice of an angel singing the song of its people and putting his best effort there? I think that was irresistible.
Is that going to have enough? Think, no,
Nope.
it's just going to catch it. Centerline guard there. Yeah, 10 years later and no regrets. Well, that's always good to hear. Alright, gonna try to draw something in here behind the center guard.
Curling nicely and then let it drop.
Okay.
Red zone.
And in typical fashion, you see the yelling whoa and the sweeper's not listening. 20 words or less summarize the match up till now, please. Team Retchless has looked very strong. Hungary has struggled at times, but they've done enough to keep themselves in it, so nobody's bending or breaking. It's still just 1-to-1, trading ones each way.
Yeah. Team Retchless had multiple opportunities to score more points, but then the fourth player of Hungary was always able to reduce the damage and then traded those one-ends.
Just catches that top guard, opens things up a little bit.
Yeah. The Rob account and stream is actually Ashley, because
Yes.
Rob has an alibi.
He is there on
He has a
ice,
very
on
good
camera.
alibi.
I'm saying line's good, likes the line.
Yeah, they might want to tap that yellow one behind the guards.
Nice stone.
Yeah, although it seemed like earthquake there.
Earthquake.
Seemed like Jonathan was a bit disappointed about the weight. I don't know. It might misread his gestures there.
This could allow for get something slightly better. Maybe they're just gonna draw.
That good, but puts the pressure on Reckless and puts the pressure on Rob. The man with the cap is the man with the plan.
Series of earthquakes today. Very rumbly here in Belgium today.
Here we have our cameras mounted on the wall, and they wobble each time people decide to slam the door when they enter or leave the rink. Yeah, another scary situation for Hungary. I mean, they have had these situations where they had to look and hope and see.
It's definitely not giving very much ice here.
No. Also, Retchless, they really want to have 2 points instead of 1, because if they give the hammer to Hungary in the last game or last end.
Is this gonna get around? No, it doesn't.
Big miss here, and could be an important miss. Oh!
Oh no.
Second stone rolls in, and can they get it out? No.
No.
Hungary is sitting 2, and what a way to send it going there.
Oof. Ooh.
Big steal, first steal of the game, first 2.0 of the game, and in a very crucial moment right before the 8 end is about to start. And
wow. Yeah.
This is
that was a tough miss there.
Yeah.
Really tough miss. Bad break for Retchless. You know, I'm not one to second guess. Really, I am. Maybe thought that was a little bit too, not enough ice there on that broom, but it's you know, you can't change it now. It's happened, but they do have the hammer going into the last end. But you know, Team Hungary has not given up any big points, so they've just been sticking around, taking advantage when they can. So big end coming up here for Team Retchless.
did not expect that, but this is a very interesting turn of events.
Running on 2 hours of sleep, Rick. That's not good.
It's in the house, and now Retchless can take it out, but do they want to take it out? I don't think so. They want to go for a corner guard here. They need to look for options to score. Hungary is trying to bait them out, but they're not taking that bait.
Yeah, it doesn't benefit Team Retchless to do anything just yet. They don't want to get, because it would then play right into Hungary's hands if they go after it. The house, Hungary will just take it out, and then you're...
Yeah, that second redstone, that was the hard one, because not only did Hungary stole the end, but they now have a 2-point lead. And if Retchless wants to win this game in 8 ends, they have to score 3 points, and otherwise they have to look for 2 points to take it to a 9th end, which will give us a very short intermediate pause between this game and the next one.
We normally love extra curling, but with such a short turnaround between the matches, it makes a long day even longer for us. Yeah, just missed an unfortunate stone from Robin's team. Accidentally tapped another stone into scoring position, so they ended up giving up 2 instead of 1.
And that was an absolute nightmare stone there.
All right then, so Hungary's gonna try this one out. It's curling a little bit too much. It's going to tap that yellow one, but has enough weight to tap the yellow one all the way through. No, Bina. It's just that the camera on one end is mounted on the wall, same wall that the door is for everybody comes in and out. And so when they close the door, people tend to kind of slam it a little bit, and it shakes it. So we just call it earthquakes.
Yep.
We are not an area that is known for earthquakes.
No, we're spared of earthquakes, volcanoes. We can have some heavy rain sometimes.
Yeah. No tornadoes here.
No.
I think there was one in France a few years back, but it was like the first one in quite a long time. And me being originally from California, I'm used to earthquakes, but man, if every time the camera shook that was a real earthquake, I wouldn't be living here anymore. That would be way too often. Set up a little bit of a gap there. Gonna try to hit and roll these out. Put another red one over there in that bunch.
Are they going for...
Going to miss the top one, catches the back one. It's going to slide out. I think they were trying to go on the top one and roll over into the red, but still a decent result for them. Gets rid of one of those yellows. Oh, I hadn't heard of that one. Said there was a terrible tornado in Czechia. Remember that one. Or maybe that's what I'm thinking of and somehow got France confused into it. Tornadoes generally aren't a problem here in
No.
in Belgium.
What's the difference between a hurricane and a tornado? Is it just depending on where on the planet they... Is there a slight difference?
There's a big difference between a hurricane and a tornado. Hurricane over the ocean that hits land, and a tornado is high-powered winds concentrated into a cyclone. So it's much smaller, but very deadly, very damaging.
Yeah. Size matters, yeah. Halfway in this final end here. Possible final end. And I must say, the Retchless games were pretty
Have been
close.
interesting, yeah.
They have been interesting. They are looking to roll it behind the yellow one, but it doesn't roll deep enough. Now Retchless has an option to do a hit and roll. Scoring 3 points is a lot, but 2 could be feasible.
Set this one up right. Immediately calling for a hard sweep. Wants to get this one around that guard, trying to hold it out wide.
And there's a hit.
Does it get enough roll for them?
No, it doesn't. So it sits open, and then we're going to watch another hit and roll here from Team Hungary. I was about to say Team Hurricane with all of the Hurricane talk here, but Team Hungary is going to put a stone behind that yellow guard, or the yellow stone sitting in the house.
Bina is educating Pim on the difference between a hurricane and a tornado. So hurricanes have tornado force winds, but they're spread over 100 to 200 kilometer area across. And hurricanes usually have lots of little embedded tornadoes within them. So
So the hurricane is kind of the whole system, and the tornado is just the cone thing.
Yes, but the tornadoes can occur outside of hurricanes.
Okay, gotcha.
Alright,
Nice.
nice hit and roll, taps it over, sits on top, but that could be doubleable over there. He's gonna have some weight behind it, where he's given that broom. I want this one to just slide inside edge of the nose.
Call from Rob there.
Ooh.
Their window of opportunity is starting to narrow down here with the stone. I think good analysis. So okay, gotcha. Yeah. Just avoid having any kind of opportunity for Retchless to get to the pin.
Yep. Yeah, unfortunate stone for Team Retchless there. They're going to need a mistake here from Hungary to give them an opportunity to try to score 2, but this one looks pretty good.
Get the corner guards. And also rolls out of the game.
Yep.
Perfect stone there. Perfect execution. And 3 more stones to go here. So technically, Retchless cannot win anymore in this end. They only have 2 stones and they have to make 2 points in order to force a 9th end, but that will be extremely difficult with an open house like this.
They need a perfect freeze here.
Yep. What a bummer, kind of leading in the game, but then not kind of consolidating your lead and your play, and then having that twist of events in the 7th end.
Yeah. In fairness to Team Hungary, you know, they've stuck around. It's not that they even not playing as sharp as they probably would like. They've stuck around. They've managed to score, so.
That's also a quality, to stay in the game, stay focused, don't give up, and then use that opportunity when it's handed out.
Ooh, that one falls just a little bit too much. Not sitting shots.
So what is Hungary going to do with this house? Are they going to take it out? If they take it out, they are technically the winner of this game.
Yeah, honestly, I think
they just have to take it out, have it roll to the sides, and then they win the game. But do they want to take that risk, or do they want to kind of put an easy draw and then force Retchless to do a difficult shot?
Yeah, it looks like he just called for a takeout. Yeah, Rick, this is still in the round robin. This is the last match for both of these teams in the round robin. We have one more session of the round robin at 12:30, and then we'll start the quarterfinals at 4 p.m. That's local time, by the way. Our time here.
Belgian time, yeah.
So
and this is a takeout, and this is GG. Handshakes are given. The end is not completed, therefore we have a winner, and it's Hungary, and they take their first win in this men's series, and it was well deserved. They didn't steal this win. They actually played a very strong game, and they gave Retchless a tough time.
Yeah, I think that Rick, you'll see that I think Team Retchless was still going to be first in their group, so they'll qualify out as the
best seed,
B1 seed, so no problems for them. Try what's going on in the other ends. I'll have to take off my glasses, so now I can't see that, but in the other matches. But really good match there.
Yeah, very afford to lose the it would have been a different story if this would have been their first game of the and then loss against Hungary, but it's an affordable loss right now.
Gonna have rest period now before their next match. They'll be able to recoup, figure out what happened. You know, Team sharp. They did enough. They stuck around. They took advantage of a. They got a bit of luck in that 7th end, but you know what? Sometimes that's all it takes. You stick around, and the luck goes your way.
Yeah, maybe we underestimated their qualities. We kind of started that narrative that they were struggling or they were kind of trying. They actually performed pretty. Very important 4th stones that also were very decisive to stay in the game and then come up on top after the 7th end.
Yep. So, you know, good job to Team Hungary. They're going to move on to the quarterfinals as well. I guess everybody from Group B goes on, but they're going to have a much better feeling going out through with a win, getting into, you know, play later today. So that's a good job from them.
Yep.
So that's going to be it. We're going to cut it short because we've only got an hour turnaround. So we've got a bunch of things to try to fix and get rested ourselves. It was.
And we have to practice our Korean because next match is going to be Korea versus Turkey, and we have been aware of the fact that a company in Korea is going to rebroadcast our stream live and do Korean voiceover. So very interesting to learn about that stream after the game.
We're hoping somebody will post us a link later so we can watch it and see what it's like.
I've discovered the link.
Okay, we're gonna try to watch that. But we can't play favorites. You know, my favorite team in this tournament, Team Turkaya. We're gonna have to learn how to say hello in Turkish because I know we'll have some Turkish fans there. So good will be a really interesting match. Both teams will be playing for that top seed coming out of the A group, and they've both shown that they are really tough teams. So it's going to be a really exciting match. So we hope you join us for that. That's going to be in 1 hour's time. We are going to take a break. Don't forget to do the social media stuff. Like us, follow us, hit the bell over on Kurdia.tv.
We have all the socials right here. We have YouTube, obviously. Wait a bit, where's my finger? YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok, because we are the young generation, millennials. Yeah, Generation Z.
It's our TikTok dance.
A little bit of boldness, but that's just that's a camera. that's my Snapchat filter. I'm a very young stallion, and I use this kind of Snapchat filter to look very serious. So you kind of appreciate my opinion. All right, there. I think we conclude here.
On that note, we're going to say goodbye. So goodbye to everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.